Stand clear of the closing doors, please. Of the closing doors, please.
It's alive!
Transfer is available.
The next and last stop is...
You're tuning into the SubwayCreatures. You're tuning into the Subway.
We are in the studio. I am your host, Rick McGuire, joined alongside Kim Congdon. We are this week missing Freddie BTV. It's one or the other of you guys each week. You guys are killing me.
Should I do his?
We absolutely.
Oh wait, that doesn't work on here. You know, I was about to bust a flow, but Rick just started, and then I couldn't bust a flow because Rick started.
You know what we also have to get you to do? You're gonna have to do his shameless plugging.
Oh hell yeah!
So let's remember to do that as well.
I got you.
It's just the empty mic with the chair. We'll line it up.
Freddie had me. I got Freddie.
Yeah, this is good. That's, you know what? If there's any positive that comes from one of you guys not being here, it's that. That turned out great last week.
So
hilarious. You owe him for sure.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Sorry about missing last week, you guys. I was on my deathbed.
And it was also negative 10 degrees or something. It was freezing.
This week's gonna be like that too.
I know. I'm not.
This week we have a low of 3.
That's without the wind chill. With the wind chill, it's gonna be even colder.
Yeah, it'll be the coldest I've ever experienced. That's for sure.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Speaking of Florida, I was just coming back from there. I was down there this past week and actually just got back this morning. I hate the whole process of flying and traveling.
I thought you were going to say you hate Florida. I was like, how?
Well, Florida is very different from the rest of the U.S. It's nice. It's definitely nice to get down there. But when like you go out and you start interacting with the people down there.
I mean, no one told you to do that.
No. It's just a different walk of life.
Oh yeah.
They are their own species.
Mm-hmm.
And
time moves different there.
It does.
It moves very slowly.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
But then what do we? Yeah. See, all right. Here's a headline: a Florida man found a grenade while fishing and then took the explosive to Taco Bell. That's just a headline. Where does
That's just my uncle.
What is that from?
I just looked up Florida news and that was the first thing.
Oh my God.
So that's the headline when you look up, just type in Google Florida news and that's the first headline you get.
What can I say?
I would have been disappointed if it was anything less than that. I mean, it would have been weird. But you know, you travel a lot for comedy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you like flying? I can't stand flying. It's just
it's
so
not the
stressful
best.
And
I've done it so often that I've sort of got the hang of it, and I've figured out how the easiest way to make that possible for me. So I do have like a whole like thing that I do when I fly.
Oh,
but
what is this? Like a routine, or?
Yeah, I mean, just like little things that you learn. You learn which snacks are the best. You learn how to sleep on a plane.
It sounds like the. Here's another headline. Florida man learns hard way he stole laxatives, not opioids. Oh man, the headlines are just they're Pulitzer Prize winners down there with their headlines.
Oh fuck!
But yeah, so you almost remind me of that movie with George Clooney. I forget the name of it. Freddie would know right now if he were here. But it's the one where he perfected flying down there.
Oh yeah, no, that's how I feel like I've been. I mean, there's nothing I can do about the fear of flying, which is something I have too. I think everybody has.
Everyone has.
Yeah, it's a little scary. Just, I mean, if someone's driving me in the car on the land, I'm nervous. So we're 25,000 feet in the air. I'm a little nervous.
Of course.
Because like
every little bump, you're like, is this the one?
But you're also like, there's nothing you can do in that situation.
You're completely
It's not like
helpless.
everyone's armed with their own parachute, which would be really comforting for me. But there's just, I mean, I just watched a video of a bunch of people on a plane where it was going down in another country, and they're all just screaming and praying. And it's like, you just have to be listening to people cry around you in your last moments.
Or
That's awful.
Did you hear the one that happened last week, actually, about there's like a 400-pound man on a Taiwanese flight. And he was so big that he demanded multiple seats, and he didn't buy tickets for him. He just demanded them. Okay. And luckily there was a couple of open seats, so they gave him that. But then he apparently got up and told the flight attendants that they have to pull his pants down because he can't do it himself because he had to take a shit. And he then opened the door and told him that they have to wipe his ass for him.
No, did they wipe his ass?
They did wipe his ass for him.
No, they didn't.
They did.
No, they didn't.
Yeah. And then
Who would do that?
On top of that, so then I guess one of the flight attendants ran over and she tried to like hold up a blanket because now this guy was like his pants were down and he's in the back of this. Oh wait, is this what? Oh yeah, see here it is. They have the headline. I wish they had
video
here.
of her trying to wipe his ass.
Well, now they're threatening to file a lawsuit because they're like this is not expected of us as flight attendants. We're not supposed to be. But apparently this guy started.
I'm gonna go on a plane. I'm gonna ask a flight attendant to get me off next time since apparently you can just fucking ask for things.
Well, speaking of that, this guy was moaning while they were wiping his ass. So there was a little bit of there was a little something in it for him. He was
weird. He was into it.
Yeah, and he asked them to keep the door open. The main thing is they wanted to keep this a private situation, so they tried to keep him in the bathroom, but he said he couldn't breathe in the bathroom, so he needed the door open.
No.
And
I would have just let him die in there.
The whole story is just wild. Oh, now they have a picture of him. So it's of course he's a guy who would drive one of those little Walmart scooters.
I'm sick of it.
I mean, that guy actually looks American.
He's foul.
But it turns out he has a history
of getting people to wipe his ass for him.
He shit his pants on another flight.
Oh God, he is a master getting people to wipe his ass.
So we have a quote from the story, and he said,
"Can I read it?"
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, diaper." And then accused my chief attendant of not properly cleaning his backside, requesting that she do it again.
Oh my
He's the best. He's the best.
Wow, the balls on this guy.
Oh,
but they did it.
Yeah,
they did it.
I mean, how? This girl, I feel like this girl just was like into it.
Yeah. Customer service on this flight.
Bro, I can't even get them to bring me a fucking soda when I get on a plane. It's crazy.
Well, it's
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, they're looking at it as a bad thing. I mean, this was
whatever flight that is, I'm taking it because they care about their
whatever
customers.
Airlines that is. They're wiping people's asses for them.
Literally, they'll wipe your damn ass.
Wow. So that came to mind when I was flying because I remember that story coming out in the news, and that was disturbing and
it's fucked up,
weird on so many levels. But everyone's got their thing. This is
definitely this guy's thing. He's joined his own Mile High Club, his own fucking weird ass wiping Mile High Club.
Yeah, I guess in a way he's kind of in his own club at this point.
He's yucky. Yuckies.
So there was a cool moment that happened over the weekend. This is just one of those New York moments that happens every once in a while.
Okay.
There were two string instrument players who just so happened to start playing a song together, but they were on opposite sides.
Oh, I love this.
Of the platforms. Guys, if we have the video, if we could play this, it's all very quick.
This can make me emotional.
Let's get the volume up on that. They're actually playing real intense. That's like intense right there.
They're making really wonderful music.
They're really good. So, unfortunately,
if I saw that, I'd be like, "Am I on acid?"
Yeah. Well, why the hell is the video only 9 seconds long?
I don't know, but you know what? Sometimes those videos are perfect because you know what? They give you just enough to want more.
Well, that's exactly what they left. I think all of us wanting right there because, you kind of want to see where that was going.
Yeah.
So at first, I was like, I don't know anything about instruments, especially string instruments. So I was like, oh, they're dueling, and of course
it was like fucking Fantasia on the train.
Yeah, it really was. It was like you're waiting for like Mickey Mouse to come out and it was very impressive, especially with how good they were. Oh
my God.
But like I said in the comments, you got to love the comment section. It's always special. People were getting mad because I said that they were dueling. I go, oh, there are people dueling on there.
And people are like, this is 2018. If two musicians want to work together, we don't need to oppress them. We're not oppressing violinists.
So one person goes, I don't know the exact quote, but they were like, this is Vivaldi. They are not dueling. It's Vivaldi.
Exactly what
and at
I
first
felt like.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, okay, nerd. But, then all of a sudden I realized like a lot of people started agreeing with them. And I'm like, oh, you've got to be kidding me. You guys do not know. Like what
Yeah,
is
it's Duvalti.
Yeah, Vivaldi, Four Seasons.
Yeah.
Apparently that's what song it was.
It's chopping.
And then, more other people were like, it saddens me that no one knows that this is Vivaldi. It's like, oh, are you going to be okay, dude? Are you going to be all right? Yeah. Like who, like, let's not take away from what's happening here. Like, who cares that no one knows who this is? Let's just take it for what it is.
It's fucking art. It's like listening to the Mona Lisa.
We could put this under stuff. You know what I mean? This music. Think about what we could put
This
this
sounds
under.
like a cartoon where two animals are chasing each other.
Well, there was a couple people. It definitely does. And there were a couple people who were. I don't know if you remember the Got Beef commercials. Where beef, it's what's for dinner, and it was like it sounded just like that. It's really intense.
Maybe they're the Got Beef guys.
There you go, maybe. But people were kind of, listing in different scenarios of like what this music can live under, and it would make sense.
I'm all in on that.
Honestly, play one more time because that sounds like what's going through people's heads in rush hour. Like it really is intense. It sounds
like the scene in a movie where you're trying to hide something from someone before they walk in, and like you can't find a place to put it, and you're like, they're coming in, and they come in, and then the music goes, Arr!
And you sit down right before they walk in the door.
Yeah.
Yep. I love the intensity, and look at them playing. Like the dude, I think popped a few strings.
No, he did. There are strings popped.
Yeah,
there's strings fucking.
Like this is intense. No. I love the intensity of this.
Put their hearts and souls into this.
Oh, they're leaving it in the subway.
A centimeter away from dying on the tracks.
That is
so
true.
Close to the edge.
He was walking right on the edge. So it's not often moments like that happen.
Wow.
You know what? Maybe what we need to do is find these guys and
blow them.
Well.
Oh, I mean,
I don't know that I'm going to be down for that.
Yeah, me neither.
But you can.
No. I was just thought that that's what you wanted to do. So I was like doing it for us.
I was just thinking about getting them in here to like
play. Yeah.
That's right. That's what I meant. I mean, whatever happens while they're playing is another story.
Blowing them.
Oh man, New York was on fire with the viral clips this week.
Hell yeah.
Did you hear about the couch in the tree?
No.
On the Upper West Side.
That sounds like a Dr. Seuss book, though.
It does. We could probably write one. Guys, we have the video of this.
Oh my God.
So this is a tree. The couch is about 25 feet up in the top of a tree right next to
someone
an apartment
threw it out
building.
the window, huh?
I don't think you can open windows enough to get a couch out of them.
How did that get there then?
I'm thinking like the old, what was that? What in the Hangover movie? When he threw the bed off the top of the hotel? I'm wondering if maybe they like brought it to the roof and chucked it off.
That is so dangerous.
Can you imagine that's the way you go out?
Just a fucking someone's shitty bed bug couch.
That's the way you go out. You're walking down the sidewalk and a fucking IKEA couch lands on you.
No, IKEA too. Oh, insulting.
Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming that's what it is because, to be able to just carry that thing up to a roof.
It has to be IKEA, that lightweight wood.
It's so lightweight. You probably wouldn't even die.
How did that get there? Because it even feels like if you push it off the building, it wouldn't go off enough to get in that tree. Like there's a big gap between that tree and the building.
Right.
So it just seems like a mystery.
Right. And to paint the picture for the people listening, you can see this clip on the What is New York page if you're following along. But if not, just picture a big, I don't know, 29, 27-story building in the background. And then there's just a black couch sitting in the top of a tree.
In front of a building.
Yeah, this is right on 95th in Amsterdam. So it's on the Upper West Side. So if you want to check it out, apparently it's been there for a few days.
You know what, though? That's an ideal living situation if you're homeless and want to be left alone. You just climb up that bitch every night.
Well, how about this? That's a theory. Maybe the couch came from the ground, not the ceiling.
Maybe it came from down under.
Remember the egg roll squirrel?
No offense, Nate.
Egg roll squirrel that it was able to carry the egg roll. I feel like the equivalency of that squirrel bringing an egg roll to the top of the tree is
maybe the squirrel brought
a homeless person bringing yeah, there you go.
Holy shit, how did that get up there? I need to know.
Yeah, there are definitely, like, if you're listening and you have any information as to
where the fuck it came from,
where this couch came from, because I'm imagining it just came from the top of that building.
We need to know.
Yeah.
We need to know.
I can also picture this being a situation with like you and Lewis got into like a big all-out brawl in your apartment, and furniture just starts flying out the windows.
If I was strong enough that we wouldn't have any furniture, I'd make sure it all go flying for dramatic effect.
Do you guys have bars on your windows?
No, we should.
I mean, I guess you don't need it unless you have like a child, which you do.
Yeah.
So
we had bars and I took them off because aesthetically they didn't look nice.
Well, and now all of a sudden,
and I was like, the boy needs to learn.
Yeah, you're gonna have yourself an Eric Clapton moment. That's
yeah.
It's scary. What floor are you guys on?
4.
Okay, so it could do some damage.
It could.
A fall from up there could do some damage.
Oh yeah, I mean, no one's making it.
I think they say 7 floors is the max that you can fall from
and live. I feel like I'd die if I fell from mine.
That's how I feel. I feel
from
like
the 4th, I'm dead.
Yeah.
From the 2nd, I'm dead.
And I would probably be top heavy too.
First floor, I'm going forehead first just to try and die.
Well, yeah, because I guess it's that or you live a vegetable the rest of your life. You're like paralyzed.
They're like, ma'am, why'd you jump out of your first floor window head first? I don't know.
I mean, it happens a lot, unfortunately, but oh well. All right, but let's get into the clip of the week here.
Oh shit.
Next up, Subway Creatures, clip of the week.
All right, Kim, we've got a clip from our account, What is New York?
Okay.
You might have seen this one. This is what they call a lift foil. Now, I had to do a little bit of research on this myself because I'm not too sure what these are. I don't think a lot of people know what these are yet.
No.
Let's show the video first, and then we can talk just a little bit about what these things are. Guys, if we could pull up lift foil. So this guy, for those of you listening, this guy is on what's called a lift foil. Kim, do you want to kind of set up what we're looking at here?
Yeah, we're looking at a view of the Hudson River, I believe.
It might be the East River.
Or the East River. One of the dirty rivers. And there is a man, it looks like he's on a surfboard, but it looks like it has a motor on it.
Yeah.
And he's just gliding across this river, just
yeah,
living his life.
It's some futuristic shit.
It's crazy.
So
it looks like a giant shark fin.
It does. That's actually, I didn't think about that. That's definitely a good description of this thing. Due to our fans being good at tracking people down, they tagged a whole bunch of people who they thought this might be. So I reached out to a whole bunch of guys.
Did you find them?
Apparently, I actually found both of them. So this guy's name is Rick Burton. He is one of a very few people who have one of these lift foils in New York City. The crazy part is that he was riding this on the day. This video is taken on one of the days in New York that it was almost 0 degrees, maybe even below. So I can only imagine how cold it was on that thing. However, there is another guy who has made a few videos doing just this, riding one of these things as well. So I reached out to him. He also said this wasn't him, but we're going to get him on the line. Rick Burton wasn't available tonight, but this other guy
who does this.
Right. So he's actually a brand ambassador for lift foils. So guys, if we could get him on the phone, and again, this guy's name is Adam Kenworthy. I think his full-time job is actually a chef. So we got to ask him how he wound up getting into lift foils. And we have a bunch of questions. Obviously, find out what these things are, what they're all about. There's like a million questions for him. But obviously, I think we want to know, A, doing this in the cold, and B,
like
doing it
health
in the
reasons.
The East River.
Yeah, like what? I want to know. I want to know a bunch of stuff. I have a lot of questions right now.
Right, and I don't know if he knows Rick. We'll actually have to ask him about that as well.
Oh, they have to know each other. They have to like high five as
you'd
they
have to think so,
boat back.
Because the one thing I was asking Adam when I reached out to him was he said that there were 4 people in the area who knew about him, who knew about lift foils. So that right there, I was like, wow, that's a very small group of people. So I would imagine they all know each other.
Yeah, they have to like be in some sort of club together.
Right. Hey, Adam, is that you?
It's me.
All right, we got him on the line.
Oh, my
This is
gosh.
Rick, and this is Kim Congdon from SubwayCreatures. How are you, Adam?
Hey, Adam.
I'm doing great.
Awesome. Thanks for taking some time to talk about lift foils here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, man. Obviously, you know, you've seen the video from the account What is New York. We have a million questions for you, so I think it's probably best that we just start firing them off here.
Yeah.
First, I just want to tell some of the viewers, or I want you to tell them, how did you get into this? And I believe you told me you're a brand ambassador, correct?
Yes, I am. One of my close friends, his cousin is the creator of the e-foil.
Okay, and is that the name of one of them, or is there only
the
one?
The e-foil is like, so the e-foil means it's a powered hydrofoil, so it has an electric motor on it.
Okay.
Which makes it different than like a hydrofoil because of the motor.
And that's exactly what I think we wanted to ask you is what the hell is this thing? Because so many people, when they saw the video, were asking, you know, how does it work? You know, is there a remote control in your hand? How do you actually control where this thing goes? Is it just leaning?
Yeah, so you do have a remote in your hand. It's connected with a Bluetooth signal. Oh. And then inside on the top of the board, there's like a hatch that lifts up, and there's a lithium-ion battery that goes in there.
Okay.
And so basically you have the battery, you have the motor controller under the hatch, and then you have the remote in your hand. And so yeah, the connectivity is through the remote to the board to communicate the power. And then as far as like riding it goes, it's really a lot about throttle modulation. So you don't want to be like starting and stopping a bunch. You want to have a consistent speed, I guess. That's the real trick
Got it.
to it.
And I'm for the people that are listening right now, we actually, as you're talking, we have a picture of you on one of these e-foils. It looks like you're at the Jersey Shore. Now,
oh, yeah.
I'm guessing that remote also, I hope, floats?
Yeah, I mean, yes, it does. You have a strap around your hand. So
okay.
You just kind of tighten that down, and so it doesn't feel like it's like ever going to come off. And then also the signal, it loses the signal when the nose goes underwater.
Okay.
So like you can't power it. So like if somehow the trigger was pinned down, if the nose goes underwater, it'll kill the signal.
Okay.
Oh, I see.
So yeah,
Interesting.
It's kind of a built-in safety mechanism.
Huh. So there is. So I'm assuming you've taken this across like the Hudson River.
Mm-hmm.
And so there is contact with your body and the physical water from the Hudson
You got to
River.
get that question a lot, Adam.
Please tell me,
yeah,
are you
I do,
okay?
I do.
Like, do you look like a leper? Like,
Yeah, I'm all good. Yeah, it's. I guess it's sketchy, but I've definitely gone out before where like I launched from a kayak dock and like my feet got wet or whatever, but I never got wet the whole time.
wow.
Out for like an hour, and then I literally will come in and ride up to the dock and like step off on, and it's like.
You know
it's not
what?
like you're in the water all the time, but there's that factor is there. It's you got to pay to play.
Yeah.
Right, that's a good point. We actually, Adam, we're gonna play your video real quick of that really beautifully shot video of you guys. It looks like you might have used a drone for it. On you got the Brooklyn Bridge there, guys. If you turn the volume up, we'll just watch this real quick. Now, obviously, for those of you listening, this is a really great video of Adam flying all around the East River under the Brooklyn Bridge. Did you use a drone for that?
Yes, I had a drone shooting most all of that.
That's awesome.
Adam, you're a fucking smoke show.
Yeah, Adam, what, did you just come off The Bachelor, bro?
He's shirtless with his fucking abs. What?
I was once a Cosmo Bachelor, a little side note.
A Cosmo Bachelor? Like in the magazine?
Yeah,
I used to look. Wait, can we pause this? I'm talking to Adam right now. Wait, no.
I'm sure you could find that on Google.
Wait,
It's a
Adam,
pretty
for Adam, just
classic image.
for those of the people who couldn't hear because of the music, can you say that one more time? When I made a joke of, did you just walk off The Bachelor?
I said that I once was a Cosmo Bachelor.
Oh my God. This is exactly what a Cosmo Bachelor would do in his free time.
I know, honestly. He's just not giving a shit and just putting his life in danger. So, Adam, what is your full-time job?
Having abs. His name's actually Abdom.
Yeah.
Sorry.
For a long time, I was I still am. I'm a chef, but I did a lot of private cooking professionally. And now I have gotten into more of creative direction and digital media production, such as that video you just saw.
That's great, man. Just
Adam's
gets better
like,
and better.
Adam's like, yeah, well, I had abs. I was in the Cosmopolitan. I am a chef, but you know what? I've given that all up to like really perfect giving a woman an orgasm. So I do that full time now.
Oh, just saving babies over in Africa, and he's like Owen Wilson in what movie is that? Meet the Parents.
Wherever Owen Wilson had the biggest dick.
Now, let me ask you, Adam, are these big on the West Coast? Because it clearly seems like the East Coast knows nothing about these.
No, they're very new to the East Coast. There's a few out on the West Coast. The company's been around for, or the product has been out, the e-foil, for less than a year. So I think people are still acquiring them all over. It's not like there's a lot in any one area.
Okay.
I
I
want to
just
get on
became
one.
aware that there's another one here in New York that was recently purchased.
What?
Yeah, you made
other than that,
you brought up an interesting point when we were talking, and you said that being the brand ambassador, you obviously know when these are purchased, and you said that there were only 4 that you knew of in the New York area.
That's crazy.
yeah.
So you
Yeah,
actually, is
there's
this like
couple
a,
with the Cirque School.
so this is like an exclusive group you guys have here?
Well, it's just because it's so new. It's very new, and it's got a high price point. So
What did one of these things go for, if you don't mind me asking?
$12,500.
Whoa.
Okay, so
for the e-foil, that has the motor on, but you can get hydrofoils that you can use for like behind a wakeboarding boat or for paddling into waves.
Got
So
it.
there's other price points.
Okay, so this
E-foil
thing
is the expensive one.
It's like buying a car.
This is replacing a car, pretty much, to cross.
Exactly. You can buy exactly.
So that's a great lead into, is this practical to actually use for transportation in New York City? To cross either the Hudson or the East River to get to Manhattan?
Absolutely. I mean, if you're set up with, say you live in Williamsburg or on the other side, and your office is near the water, and there's storage that you can bring it in.
You just pull this thing out of the water, and I'm assuming it's light?
I wouldn't call it light. I mean, I think with the battery and the board together, it's maybe around like 70, 80 pounds.
Oh, wow.
I should know that. But it's pretty heavy. It's a little awkward to carry. New York, might be difficult, but, I think a place like Florida or even any place where they have waterways and stuff, I think it would be very useful for getting around. New York, it's a little tricky, but it's super fun. Like I would take, I live in the Fulton Seaport area, and I would just take a Uber, like a SUV, over to the city winery area.
Okay.
And launch at that kayak dock right there. I would go over to the Statue of Liberty and back, or
that's cool.
I would go over by the heliport and under the bridges,
That's
come
great.
back and get some food and some wine and get a Uber home.
Shit, if these come out in Florida, you're going to see people dropping off their kids at school with them.
Yeah, these actually look like they definitely garner a lot of attention, especially in the New York area.
Yeah.
Now, you use this in the winter as well, correct?
Yeah, and I'm planning an upcoming shoot. I've been just waiting for snow, literally, here in New York. So when it's next snowstorm, I think I'll be out there under the bridge, and I think I'll have another foil with me. There'll be 2 of us.
2 foils.
Wow, you guys are fucking crazy.
You guys are crazy. Like, okay, let me ask you this. So this coming Thursday, Friday, I think it's supposed to drop below 0. Would you go out in those conditions?
I mean, if you have the right wetsuit on, boots and gloves and a hood and all of that. You can
guys
go
are
out
insane.
and pretty cold.
I didn't show up to the show last week because I went outside to the deli for 30 seconds. I literally skipped the show.
Kim
you
definitely
can
missed an episode
ride
because how cold it
accordingly.
was.
I mean, it wouldn't be a long shoot. It would be quick and to the point. But, you know, Tim, when people ask me about riding these boards around, the closest thing I can tell people is it's like similar to riding powder, where it's just on a snowboard. It's completely smooth, and your turns are a little bit slower and more drawn out.
Okay.
It's
So
like
when you're on the
snowboarding.
water, it could be choppy water, but it's completely smooth. You're not touching the water. It's
Right, because the
smooth like
board's
you're
not.
riding
That
powder.
makes a lot of sense. The board's not actually touching the water, so you don't even have to worry about if it's choppy or not.
Yeah, it can be
crazy.
choppy
That's awesome.
water, and it's a smooth ride. So,
That's great.
And to go out in the snow in New York, I think it will be very powerful imagery. You know.
Oh,
I think
absolutely.
it'll be a cool experience.
Especially with that drone that you have overhead, which that's a whole nother story because I didn't know you're allowed to fly drones in New York. I thought
I
it was
don't think you are. So, you know, I might get in trouble for that at some point.
Well, that's a question I have too. Nobody ever stops you and is like, "Hey, you can't surf,
No,
skateboard
I'm
around
pretty
here."
quick. I'm pretty quick with it. I fly drones a lot, so
Not even the
you just
drones. I
gotta
mean
be
the
smart.
actual foil board.
Sorry, I missed the question.
Is it illegal to ride the board in the water?
No, it's under. There's a certain horsepower limit.
Oh, okay.
I think it's under like 6 horsepower, and it's an electric motor, so it's under the minimum to have to register it. So you don't need to register. It's nothing illegal. I think the main thing is that you just have to be prepared with some sort of flotation device or a whistle or a waterproof radio somewhere. Like, I think that, you know, so I did get stopped by the NYPD out there.
Okay.
And what did they say?
And they basically just looked down at me, and it was really choppy water, and it wasn't in the right spot. Like, I didn't want to be talking to them there. It was basically when you're coming around Battery Park, it's right in that little zone where all the boats are coming in and out of.
Yeah, the water's pretty wild over there too. Because
And
that's
it's
right
rough
in the
water
harbor.
there too. It's rough water. So basically, I went down quickly, and then they pulled up. They were right there, and they were just like, "That's not safe."
Yeah,
that's it.
They said, "Where are you going?" And I like pointed off across down the river on the same side, and was just like, "I'm going that way. I'm getting out of here. I know."
Now, at this
And then
point,
I
are you
got
just
up.
sitting on it?
Yeah, I was kind of sitting on it like you would with a surfboard out in the ocean. So I was kind of sitting up on it, and then you just give it a little throttle, and you move from your stomach up to your knees, and you stand up, and you're good. So I was out of there.
Wow.
And then I also was over by the Statue of Liberty, and my friend has a boat over there. And for like about 5 minutes, the Coast Guard was following me. And I thought I was going to get stopped over there, maybe in trouble for something. But I think they were just checking it out. I think a lot of people are just curious.
Yeah,
Like,
I would.
they don't
I would
really get it.
absolutely
So
not even know.
I don't think that it's illegal.
Yeah.
It's just that I don't want to necessarily cross that bridge, so I'm trying to just do my own thing.
Of course.
You
All
know,
right.
there's no sound to it, and you know, it looks like a hoverboard essentially.
It
I
does.
mean, that's what it is.
That's probably the best comparison.
It's really cool.
Because you can imagine when the video got posted of, I believe the video that we originally showed was Rick Burton, and
Yes, correct.
when he was doing it, it was someone was shooting it. It looked like from the top of a building, so it looked even crazier from a bird's eye view. And you had no idea what the hell was going on with this thing. So I think that also, was why a lot of people had questions.
Yeah, this is going to clear up a lot of questions.
Absolutely. So
Yeah, I'm excited. I got connected with Rick as well. He's going to be out in the snow with me when we do that.
So there you go. Now you guys are paired up, right? You gotta
Exactly. And I did over the summer. I had enough people. Like, there was people commenting on your post because they've seen me on it quite a bit. But like, you know, when I would go out in Battery Park, I would make a note on my Instagram story and say, "Hey, I'll be out between 3 and 4. Anybody that lives in Battery Park, look out for me."
Yeah, keep an eye out.
Oh, that's cool.
Or whatever, just so, because I know a lot of people are writing me saying, "Let us know next time you go out."
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a pretty bizarre thing to see in New York.
Yeah, well, after your image has been up for the last 20 minutes, I think you're going to be getting more calls than just e-foils. So be on the lookout for that. Adam,
I'm tracing your number right now.
I want to thank you so much for taking some time out. It's called the e-foil, correct? And where can people find these if they want one?
Liftfoils.com, and there's
Hell yeah.
yeah, I'll put a link on my Instagram for their website too, and there's a bunch of videos as well up there. But yeah, I think if you search for Liftfoils, go to liftfoils.com. You can find all the information there as well as on their Instagram.
All right, perfect, man. Thank you so much.
Very cool.
I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for having me.
All right.
Have a great night.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, Liftfoils. Thank you again so much to Adam for calling in and giving us some information on those e-foils. That thing is wild.
Really cool.
And I'm kind of glad that it's as expensive as it is, because can you imagine if it was affordable?
I'd buy one.
These things were, yeah, you'd buy one, but they would be everywhere.
Yeah, it'd be
It would be like
annoying.
the scooter, the Razor scooter craze when everyone had those, and there was just too many people on the sidewalks with them. Or what's the other one? The hover.
Oh, the
Yeah, what were those?
cop ones?
They were like hoverboards.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Segway.
Segways, but it wasn't a Segway because Segway had the.
Oh, the hoverboards. Yeah.
I think
on
they
your
were
feet?
hoverboards, right?
I don't know. We have so many.
I don't know,
of
but
this.
remember they had to ban them? Like there were actual signs in the subway saying you're not allowed to ride your hoverboard.
Yeah, because they catch on fire. You can't bring them on planes or anything.
They catch on fire because I think they had lithium batteries. And also people were like crashing on them because they had no control whatsoever. So
Good times.
thankfully, these things are over $12,000. So it's not like everyone's walking around with them. But they definitely look pretty cool. I mean, imagine if the L train was still shutting down and that was your way of getting to work every day.
You'd have to get one.
You'd be
Foil.
working like 2 seconds.
Yep, freezing and wet and with possibly
Well,
disease, but yep,
That
2
is
seconds.
true. That is true. But then again, you can have the same circumstances taking the L train.
That's true. That's true. Good point.
So you never know.
Holy shit.
So quick episode today. But we're going to get into shameless plugging. Now, I want you to do Freddie's shameless plugging for him.
Okay.
So in your best Freddie impression, guys, if we can frame up Freddie's seat, we're going to get the cameras moving right over.
Yeah, let's set
Get
up
that
his
chair
little area.
going. Yeah, just get the mic going right here. Yep.
Here, I'll talk into mine. I'll just point. All right, you guys. So,
No, in Freddie voice.
all
Oh,
right,
yeah.
all right, everybody. This feels racist.
He did it for you.
Okay. All right, everybody. Nobody please blog about Kim Congdon doing this because she's a good friend of mine. She would never, ever be racist about me because she loves me. I'm Freddie B TV. Follow me. Follow me on Instagram at Freddie B TV. Check me out. I'll be in...
He's in Atlanta.
I'm in Atlanta right now for the Super Bowl. So if you're in Atlanta, come hang out. I'll probably be back by the time you hear this, but follow me on Instagram. Check me out. Listen to it. And you know what? Subscribe and rate. Tell 3 people you love and 3 people you hate.
Boom. Freddie, know why? Know why?
Know why. Freddie, know why.
Kim, that was really good. I like that.
Thank you.
That didn't come off racist at all.
Oh, God. I'm going to hear about that in the comments.
No, follow it up with whatever you got coming up.
Oh, you guys, follow me on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon, Instagram at Kim Congdon. Check out my other podcast, Broad Topics with an X, on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, YouTube, anywhere you find podcasts. And yeah, I will be on the road. I don't know my tour dates. Check me out on Twitter. I put my tour dates on there.
There you go. As I say every week, subscribe to the podcast, iTunes, YouTube, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher. Leave comments, guys. At this point, I don't even care. They're bad, good. Rate us.
Leave
Just
something.
leave some feedback so we know that you're there. Or if you want to try a 14-day free trial using promo code Subway on GasDigitalNetwork.com, you can check out all the other podcasts on there. And if you don't like it, just cancel it. And if you like it, it's not even that expensive to just keep a membership going. So
yeah.
I highly recommend it. There are a lot of podcasts that are awesome to listen to on that network. So definitely check that out. Next week, hopefully, Freddie B will be back and we'll have the crew back together. But we'll have to see when he gets back. But until then, we will see you next week.
Bye.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please. Of the closing doors, please.